guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Cane Corso. So I'm out here with Tillicum. A lot of people have been asking for a video of the little dude, and we're not trying to hide him or anything. I've just been busy, and so anyway, so I haven't had time to come out here and do a video, but he's doing really good. He's gotten a lot bigger. And though I know you can't really tell from here, but he's definitely got a lot bigger. Tilly. There's a rooster coming up. So, definitely seen a big decrease in his want to chase chickens. I found that there really wasn't any prey drive involved in it. He would just kind of romp around from one chicken to the next, just kind of pushing them around, just really having fun and trying to treat them like toys. But ultimately, he needs to not be doing that. On the flip side, he's also really ended up just being, I mean, I'm not going to say he's Savannah's dog, because, you know, he's a house dog, but she really has taken a liking to him, and so she brings him in her room at night. He's just started to get to the age where I can, where we can kind of crate him, and he doesn't go to the bathroom in the crate. And so I told Savannah that I'll probably, we'll probably take him and get him groomed, and then that way we can keep him that way. Because we were leaving him outside with the other puppies until he kind of got of an age where that was reasonable. So anyway, so he's been kind of an inside-outside dog, but he does come in at night, regardless, with Savannah. And so, but like I said, we've been working with him over the last couple days, and as long as he continues to be able to hold his bladder and everything in the kennel, then he'll be an inside dog and crated when we have to leave. Now, granted, he'll still be able to come out and watch the chickens at night. That's what his parents do. It's so hot in the summertime that the parents are inside during the daytime, and then they're outside keeping an eye during the nighttime. And so that's what this guy will do. And Savannah will just have to, you know, she'll just have to... What I'll probably end up doing is installing like a big doggy door so that he can kind of come in and out. So if she wants to go to bed with him, that's fine. And then if he wants to get up and leave and go and check out the property, he can do that too. You're such a cute baby. But he's doing really well. Like I said, I've been working with him on the chickens, and he's a lot easier dog to work with than the Corso. The Corso are very stubborn, and they're very hard, and so like they require typically more corrections, and they require stronger corrections. And with this guy, he requires I would say the same amount of corrections, but he requires less intense corrections. So you can put him into submissive posture, and he'll automatically lay down, and he'll automatically give you submission, and he'll just like, you know, he'll lay there and just roll around on his back, and he's like, my bad, my bad. Whereas a Corso would rather not give you submission initially, but they will kind of do it eventually. So he'll kind of sass you until you get him down, and then he's like, all right, the gig is up. And I've kind of seen him look at some chickens, and I saw the thought cross his mind, and I kind of got onto him right as he was thinking about it, and he stopped. So I haven't had to use the collar yet. I have not had to use an e-collar at all. I've been lazy and just haven't, you know, bought one yet. But his brain is maturing to where it seems that he definitely does have a willingness to please, and I really like that. And so anyway, so he little baby, he's got some bare skin spots. I don't know. I think we had a really bad flea infestation here. Actually, it was all over. It was in the news and everything. They were saying it was from like raccoons or something, but I had to put flea medication on all of them, and he was so young that I couldn't put any on him yet, but he should be old enough now that I can. So, oh, also, if you use flea and tick, make sure that you don't ever use that oral stuff. That stuff's really bad for your dogs. Only ever use a topical if you're going to do anything. I've been using Advantage, but recently, because Reese had the same thing happen, Amazon has their own version of Advantage, same active ingredients, and it's much cheaper. And so, anyway, so that's what we've been doing. We have had to treat our dogs, whereas normally I don't like to do a flea and tick, but recently we did have to do it because of the fleas. But I couldn't do it on all of them because certain puppies are too young. So let's see. There, good boy. Good boy, Tilly. Good boy. You're a good baby. You're a good baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a sweet baby. You're a sweet baby. Yes, yes, you're a baby. Oh, little baby. Oh, little baby. So it's really important when you want to correct a behavior that you do it before that behavior has started. So, for example, if I would have waited until he went after the chicken, then it would have been too late. And so what I need to do is I need to be watching him, and I need to give the correction like as he's thinking about it. And so it means that you really have to be hyper aware. Some people would say, why would you get onto him? He hasn't done anything yet. It doesn't matter. I know what he's going to do. And so I'm watching him, and I'd rather give a false correction, like basically get onto him, because I'm obviously only doing a verbal thing right now. I would rather be wrong and give it preemptively when he's not going to go and he's just looking, than to miss that mark and have him mess up and chase the chicken and have a bad, like dogs can be habitual. Every time that they do the wrong thing, it's more likely that they'll do it again in the future. So it's better that you get onto them and you're wrong, and it's just like, whoops, you're wrong, then it would be to risk missing that cue and then him doing that wrong thing again, if that makes sense. All these are all my chickens. I don't have, well, this is not true. I have more. They're not, the other one, the buff Brahmas, they all stayed together. See what he does. Let's give him a moment. Oh, he looked away. That's good. See how he looked away? That's what we call avoidance, and that's a very good thing. Oh, that little one might trigger some... No, he's fine. He looked away. He's a good boy. Now, I will say that even if he had washed out and like couldn't be a guardian breed, I would still keep him. I mean, he's a part of our family. You know, it would be great if he could be a livestock guardian, but if he ends up just being a pet, then he's just a pet. I actually really like him a lot, and you know, I don't know that right now that I would breed anything else, because I'm really, I'm kind of where I'm at my physical limit when it comes to having the breed. Like, in order to have enough dogs to run a kennel, you know what I mean? I would not be able to add enough dogs to have a legitimate program. But if I ever got married and got married to somebody that, you know, loved dogs and wanted to breed dogs or whatever, if I was gonna add in another breed, I think I would do Newfoundlands, because I really, really like them. And they're easier. Like I said, the temperaments, like the Corso breed is it's difficult. You know what I mean? They're tough dogs, and a lot of people think they can handle a tough dog until they get one. And you know, I'm not saying that people fail, but we've seen some pretty crazy stuff. That's what I'll say. And so anyway, you know, luckily I've been pretty fortunate, but nobody's perfect. And people will tell you that they know more than they do. And it's just, you know, there's only so much you can find out about a person without seriously invading their privacy, is what I'll say. Because there are people, like, there are rescues that will, like, want to do a home check and this and that. And I saw this one lady talking about it. There was, like, this viral TikTok thing going around, and they were talking about, like, why the shelters, like, still had dogs or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I will say that's a completely separate issue. And so I don't think that her explanation is the reason why. I think it's because they keep replacing those dogs. But having said that, she was talking about one of the rescues wanted her to have one of their volunteers. It was a volunteer that would come and look at the property and just make sure that everything was going to be good. And see, look at that. You see how he's not even looking at them at all? I love that. That's what I like about this, is that it's not like he's trying. You know what I mean? If it was like a Corso, like a dog you couldn't trust, you know, they would be like trying not to look. You know what I mean? They would not look, but you would see it on their face that they want to and that they're struggling not to look. And there's none of that. Very relaxed, totally not looking. Really good. I love to see that. His body language, his eye contact is fantastic. It's completely non-predatory, which I think is also why the chickens are closer. But nonetheless, what I was saying is that, shoot, what was I saying? Crap. Oh, God, I hate it when I lose my train of thought. I just had to talk about that. Hey, sweet baby. I know. You're a cutie. It's not your fault. You're a cutie. You're a cutie. Hold on. Watch what I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop this, go back, and then I'll find I'm gonna figure out what I was talking about. Okay, right, the rescue thing. So yeah, so there was this lady and she was talking about her experience. So I'm gonna, oh, okay, there we go. So I let him approach. I wanted to see what he would do. He did good. There you go. Good boy. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Okay, so anyway, this lady was she was like, so you're just gonna let this rescue, she goes, you're just going to let this random person, she goes, do you do background checks? Do you do any of that? And, on these people that you have coming to, you know, are they employed by you? Like, blah, blah, blah. And it was just very obvious that it was not a situation that I think I think that a lot of people would feel comfortable with is letting strangers into their home to see that their house is correct and all that stuff. So, like I said, there are very few ways that someone in my position can verify the home other than, like I said, talking to people. I do look up people's homes on GPS, you know, and I'll try to look up the data and make sure that they do own that home. Like, I do a lot, but as far as like seeing inside their home, you know, that kind of stuff, it's a lot more difficult and to do, and also to know the kind of people. And so what I find is that, you know, like this dog, if I was like, had these guys, like it's brainless. It's, you know what I mean? Like, not the dog is not brainless. I mean, you don't have to go through so much brain work whenever you're trying to place these kinds of puppies out. Like, obviously you have to check and make sure that it's going to be a good home, but all of that additional stuff of hoping that they can manage this breed and blah, 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 like, there's none of that. They're just easy. They're almost like golden retrievers in a way. They're very sweet, very easy, very loving dogs. And, like I said, I've talked to a lot of people about him. I've got this guy. I've been doing a lot of research into him. And so anyway, so if I was going to do something else, it would be these guys. I'm very much a fan of the Newfies. So, you good baby. You good baby. You good baby. Yes, you are a low floofy man. He's a floofy man. Da floofy man. Anyway, well, I'm going to let y'all go. I've got to do my chores. He's my baby. He's your baby. He's the floofy man. Who did the floofy man? He's so innocent and pure. It's like he's such an angel. My Corsos are such butts. Compared to this guy. He's like a breath of fresh air because he's so much easier. So anyway, well, like I said, I hope y'all are having a good day. I hope you enjoyed this little progress video on Tilly Boy. He's doing really well. And, well, look at him. Let's see. See what he does. Let's give him an opportunity. And some of this is just feel. Literally, some of this is just instinct and feel. There we go. He turned away. Good dog. It's sometimes, because it's not always easy to know when you should say something and when you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Because you do need to trust that your work is, that what you're doing is working. And in order to trust that, you have to let them get close enough. Oh my God. What's wrong? What was that? 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 What was that, little man? I know somebody's going to be in the comments section. Oh my God, look at him run. He's not going to protect anything running like that. Completely negating the fact that this is a 12-week-old puppy. It's an infant. It would have to be absolutely psychotic to think that he could do something at this age. That would be an unstable dog. Most likely reactive. But he did good. He turned around. He stood up. He did his man thing. Yeah, he did. He turned around and he found his huevos. He found his huevos. Yes, he did. He found them. He found them and he turned around and he said, "Hey." And he said, "Hey." He said, "Watch out there. Watch out. These are my chickens. These are my chickens." You're a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. Hope y'all have a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.